Es una Luger P08, pero esta no es una Luger cualquiera.
¿Dónde está?
En ese taller de ahí enfrente. Mustang rojo.
¿Puso ahí la denuncia?
Sí.
¿Y por qué no llamó a la policía cuando lo vio?
Bueno, he llamado a mi abogada, que es vuestra jefa, para llevar este asunto con discreción.
No, nosotros vamos por libre. Ella es nuestra clienta.
¿Y esto qué coño es?
¿Has visto cara de gilipollas, Juan?
Te traigo la caja sorpresa.
Vale. ¿Y tus señores quiénes son?
Pues Melchor, Gaspar y...
Y supongo que no tenéis la combinación, ¿no?
Estos documentos llevan a una dirección fiscal. Chatarrería Santa Mana.
¿A dónde vas? Buenos días.
Me cago en Dios, mi puta caja.
Puede que esa gente supiera lo que llevabas en el maletero.
¿Por qué tendrían que saberlo?
Si quieres que te echemos un cable, baja ahora mismo del puto coche y nos cuentas por qué estamos yendo de un lado para otro como subnormales.
¿Todo el dinero?
Se lo ibas a dar a un tío que iba a joderte la vida. Yo te la voy a solucionar.
¿A qué os dedicáis vosotros exactamente?
Amenazar, pegar palizas y cobrar dinero a la gente.
Pues vamos a movernos rápido, señores. ¿Por dónde empezamos?
Primero tengo que recuperar la Luger.
Joder, pero ¿qué coño tiene esa pistola para que se líe tanto?
Si era robada, el problema lo tienes tú con Abby.
¿Para qué carajo le tiene que pagar 1.600 euros al jambo?
He dicho 4.000 por una Luger normal y corriente. La indulgente no lo es.
Que estés rezando por tus putísimos muertos para que aparezca.
¡Mueve el culo, Ángela!
Vaya día de mierda, Moreno.
Te voy a dejar anotar el postre que voy a hacer la cocina. Tengo flancos de natilla, melocotón en almíbar, fruta del tiempo.
Right? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are so happy to have with us here the writer and the stars of a brand new movie debuting here at Fantastic Fest, Luger. Yes, named after the gun. Damas y caballeros, están mis personas aquí y escribir y actores en la nueva película aquí, primeros aquí en la Fantastic Fest 2025, Luger. Pongan los nombres, por favor.
Aquí estamos, sí, señor.
Give me your name for the recording, guys.
Well, I'm Santiago. I'm the writer.
Yes, and we have?
I am Mayo, and my character is Tony.
And?
And I am David Sainz, and my character is...
That's right. And so let's talk about the movie Luger. In this movie, they call it a MacGuffin in cinema. A MacGuffin, an item that is of importance but not really important.
Yeah.
That is the titular Luger. It's a gun.
Yeah.
From World War II.
Yeah.
That is the thing that sets this entire thing off, is the money that potentially could be earned from it. And your character, David, particolare, su character is a little bit different because he's not exactly a mainland Spaniard. He's from the Gran Canaria Islands. He's a little bit of a schemer. He has big dreams, but doesn't know how to make those happen. And in that, he gets on with Mario's character, Tony, who's more of the, how do I put this? Muscle? Of the two. Not exactly the smartest guy. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the novel of Mice and Men.
Which one?
Of Mice and Men. It's a...
De Dioses y Hombres. Yes,
right.
I know.
There's a similar relationship between those two and these two characters here. One is the brains, one is the muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And the two don't operate separately very well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once we lose, there's a certain point where Rafa's by himself and Tony's isolated by himself. Those characters don't work very well together. Can you guys talk about building the chemistry between you two and making that film work? Because without you two, it doesn't work.
¿Quieres que te...?
La pregunta.
Básicamente lo que quiere es saber desde dónde habéis construido esa química para jugar esos dos personajes tan diferentes.
Bueno, aunque te parezca mentira, hay un poco de Tony en Mario y un poco de Rafa en David. No te digo yo que yo sea muy listo, pero Mario sí es muy tonto.
Motherfucker.
No, pero es verdad que físicamente a Mario le acompaña mucho ese rollo. A mí no me acompaña tanto el de ser listo. Pero Bruno sabía que yo físicamente estaba en la mierda, entonces me colocó el papel. De todas maneras, sí que es verdad que aquí quizás no se capta bien, pero mi acento es muy diferente al del resto de la mayoría de los actores de la peli, sin contar a lo mejor al personaje ¿cómo se llama? De Fede,
Sí.
El que me parte la nariz.
Yeah.
Y el brazo.
Gypsy.
Yeah,
Que
yeah.
también es
Fede está muy loco, ¿eh?
The Gypsy King.
Entonces sí que nuestro acento en Canarias pues tiene como un flow diferente y claro, con esta gente que habla como si estuviera masticando todo el rato.
Wow.
Pues entonces,
like South America.
Y después Mario y yo somos colegas, éramos colegas antes y a lo largo del ensayo, sobre todo de la peli, fue cuando realmente nos unimos y encajamos también como Rafa y Tony.
Okay, do you want me to translate?
No, it's fine. I understood what he said.
Okay, perfect.
You're
For
good.
the audience, no?
No, forget that, man.
My English is a fucking shit, I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
They'll figure it out because this is the second interview I've done in Spanish. So it's good.
Okay.
They'll figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of my audience, I'm one of the only Latino press people even here.
Okay.
So a lot of my audience expects a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of English.
Perfecto. Pues te
Okay,
hablamos.
I mean, as you want, because if you want me to translate, I can.
No, it's totally fine. So don't worry about
Perfect.
it. I wanted to ask you about crafting this, putting this together, and making these characters. Was there a basis for it? What went through your mind with you and Bruno putting the characters together?
Okay, when Bruno and I started writing this movie, actually we were doing a buddy movie, you know, about these two thugs, these two outcasts that they find something. At the beginning it was not the Luger, but then it turned to be the Luger. And we were doing the classical buddy movie, which is perfectly fine.
And more comedy based, right?
Yeah, more comedy based, exactly. But then we start saying like, okay, but we want to do a buddy movie, but a different one, you know. And the problem nowadays with cinema is that how to say, everything has been told.
Yeah.
The patterns of a story are very, very clear, and you can see the structure. So most of the movies seem like written by an AI, because it's like the same structure and it's predictable. You know what's going to happen. So what we needed is the audience to care about the characters, because once the audience cares about the characters, the audience is how to say,
engaged.
At stake. They are engaged because it's like, okay, I don't want them to die, even if, you know, it seems that they couldn't. I don't want them nothing bad to happen to them, right?
Yeah.
So that's we were thinking about that, and in that moment, I'm going to tell you this anecdote. I was moving out of Spain. I got my visa, you know, to go out of Spain because I thought I didn't have anything that kept me in Spain in that moment. I could write remotely. So I was driving Bruno home, and Bruno was very, very sad about that. And Bruno told me, like, I'm happy that you got the... He asked me, why do you want to leave? And I said, like, there's nothing keeping me here. So he told me, I'm happy for you, but fuck you. And then a couple of days ago, I came to Bruno's house to write, and I told him, like, you know what you told me the other day? Those are Tony and Rafa. One character wants to leave, one character wants to stay. Their friendship bond is at stake, because it's true, when you move out, you know, the bonds that you have in your mainland are at stake, because even with video calls, it's not the same. And I think we have to build those two characters from there. And that's how we started, you know, building this relationship and this psychologically character. And I think that's what made the audience care about them, because they know them, they like them, even if they are thugs. And that's where, you know, we got the audience hooked with these two characters. And that quote, actually, it's in the movie.
It's really funny you mention that, because that's similar to our story here on our website and in our podcast. We started in Las Vegas because that's where I lived. I recently moved to a different state, and, you know, she and I are in different places now.
Yeah.
So the relationship is still very strong. We work together every day. You know, she's my partner in this thing, and I can't do it without her. But it's still different because it's only video calls. You know, sometimes I'll go back down to Vegas and we hang out. But it's true. You as a person change, and your relationships change when there's that distance. And it's so funny because what you've crafted is these two very different characters. Mm-hmm. And I think that these two gentlemen do a great job of, like, putting those characters on the screen, and you care about them. And that's true. The whole time I was worried after he got his arm broken, I'm like, happened to Tony? Is he dead? And then the whole time we're following Rafa, we're like, dude, he's in trouble. because that Fede guy's crazy.
Yeah.
He could kill anybody at any moment.
Yeah, actually, that was intentionally because Bruno and I spoke about that. Okay, we are going to lose Tony's character for some moments because we want it to be, to follow Rafa the whole story.
Right.
So there is like, okay, Tony is the muscle. Rafa feels safe when Tony's around because Tony can protect him.
He gets like a bigger ego.
Exactly.
When he has him with him.
So we thought, okay, once we are going to, damage this pair of thugs, okay, these outcasts, we are going to break their physical strength. So, they just have to survive with their mind. And then we lose Tony. And then the audience is worried because they can't forget about Tony. They love Tony for that moment. So they can't forget about him, but we are with Rafa. We are worried about him, but we are thinking like, okay, what's happening to him?
Right, because we can't see what's happening. And I think that's a big strength of the bond that you built. And that's right off the bat, that opening scene. And this is not spoiler because it's the first 10 minutes of the movie, which I'm going to tell you, it started off rough, man. I was like, okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? And then the second that he breaks in to steal that car, you're like, okay, I know where we're going with this. And then you see him kick the shit out of that guy. I was like, all right, I know where we're at now. And that's where that bond gets formed because you're like, he doesn't get out of out of that door, out of that situation without Tony kicking the shit out of some guy.
Es una forma de echar de menos a Tony y quedarte con Rafa desprotegido en ese tramo de la película, no sabiendo qué va a pasar con él hasta que, bueno, el personaje que en este caso hace Bruno, digamos que ese momento dramático, no voy a contar mucho para que la gente lo vea, pues le consigue salvar y él ya poder volver a por Tony.
No, I completely agree with you on that. I think that you would understand better than anybody. You were the character, you know what I mean? I think you absolutely nailed what that is. You know what I mean? I think that's so interesting. Two questions, dos preguntas de todos los personas está bien. Okay. Vale. Primero es un personas de inspiraciones en su vida.
¿En qué? ¿En la vida real o en la ficción?
No, en la real.
Sí. Inspiraciones, algo que nos haya inspirado a alguna persona.
Sí.
Bueno, en mi caso, yo la verdad es que creo que Santi y Bruno escribieron los papeles bastante cercanos a nosotros y luego además yo le hice el repaso de pasarlo a Canario porque
al acento
porque
suyo.
Tenemos una forma de hablar distinta. Pero sí es verdad que nuestra inspiración viene un poco de pelis americanas en realidad, pero no tanto en las personalidades. Porque, claro, lo interesante de esta peli es que todo fuese súper de verdad. Entonces, la inspiración real, creo, por lo menos entre nosotros que venimos de un barrio humilde y a veces conflictivo, es la gente con la que hemos convivido y crecido a lo largo de los años. Que es la gente que se mueve en las calles y que sobrevive, y entonces teníamos que hacerlo muy de allí, muy de verdad. Entonces, sí que la estructura y la parte de la historia e incluso la estética después de la peli puede recordar a pelis americanas de los 70-80. Sin embargo, la inspiración de los personajes sale de la calle, de la calle de España.
Y además creo que es algo que es extrapolable a otros barrios de otros países. No solo en España, nosotros pues hemos podido ver gente similar a estos personajes, sino que seguramente la gente de fuera de España empatice mucho con la película, porque dice, este me recuerda a mi amigo no sé quién, que es un poco así, y Rafa me parece que es un poco parecido a este otro, ya sea de Estados Unidos, de Latinoamérica o incluso de Noruega, ¿sabes?
Okay, and for you?
Actually, I mean, the inspiration for the characters, I agree with both of them. Like, we were raised in humble and conflicted districts. I mean, mine was not exactly like that, but, like, everybody were, my hood, in my case, is not like a conflictive hood, but it's the kind of hood where you wake up at 6 a.m. and you see people going to work, so it's a worker hood. And that means that, the school where you go, the high school where you get raised, you get in touch with all sorts of people. And actually, most of my friends were outcasts, were, stray cats. because how to say, the people from the richer districts, they won't accept me.
No.
You know, they will, bully me or something like that. So I get friend with the the hood people,
right.
And it was funny because I was not the physical strength. I was more the sharp one because I let them copy my exams, and then I will get protection from them. And there was something that actually I admired about all of them, which is one of my principles and values, which is the loyalty.
Yeah.
I remember like the guy who bullied me the most in the high school. I remember because 4 years ago, I was talking with my friends from high school, which are this kind of conflictive people, from the street. And we were having something to drink, and then we remembered that moment in high school. And one of them said, like, I think I know where he works. So let's find his car and let's wreck it. And it was like, no, come on, we don't need to do that. I was like, no, you don't need to do that. We need to do that for you. Don't worry, because he's not going to notice. And he's like, we don't need that. But I admire the loyalty, about that.
I love that because I think that's an underrated theme in movies, is the loyalty that men have with each other, especially, and especially men in those type of neighborhoods. Like you guys, obviously, you're not Basque, right?
No,
you're like Spanish from Spain, right?
I mean, we are from Madrid, both
Western
of us,
Spain,
and then he's from Canary Island.
Right, Canary Island.
Yeah.
When you grow up in, because this is a story my grandmother used to tell me, when you grow up in Basque, everybody looks down on you as a Basque person, because for so many years they got conquered and they got the shit kicked out of them. You know what I mean? And so the only way they're able to fight back is by setting boundaries. In Barcelona, it's a little different when you walk around than it is in Madrid. Madrid is a fucking dope city. Like, you can do whatever you want and find whatever you want. A good example in football is Atleti. You can't play there if you're not from Basque, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to. They do that for their own protection, for the protection of who they are as people. And I think that that's something that gets lost a lot in Europe, is that there is still a divide in there. And this movie actually really exemplifies that. I mean, that gun killed a lot of fucking people. That Luger killed a lot of people, but it killed a lot of bad people who deserve to get shot in the face, including at the end of the... I can't say what happened to last bullet. But the second... Right. The second question that I asked, and you can translate this one if you'd like. If you had to watch 2 movies for the rest of your life, what 2 and why?
Si tuvieseis que elegir 2 películas para el resto de vuestra vida, ¿qué 2 películas elegiríais y por qué?
Lo siento, que esta pregunta más difícil.
I love many films.
I know.
I grew with Stallone.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
But I love horror movies, for example.
Really?
I love Demons. Demons and Lamberto Bava.
Okay.
I excited with these movies. But one of my favorite films is The Crow.
The Crow, 1994.
1994.
Ah, yeah, that's one of my favorite films.
I was a tattoo of Eric Draven and Sally Webster here, but I eliminated because I am an actor.
I almost got It Can't Rain All the Time.
No.
Oh, yeah, okay. You can kind of see it. Not really. They did a good job. See, I almost got It Can't Rain All the Time tattooed on me, so I get that. That's good. That's a great pick, man.
I love The Crowd.
I love it.
And I love Stallone. I don't.
Okay.
All
you only get 2, man. You got to pick one more.
One.
I'm gonna push you on that.
First Blood.
Okay.
First Blood.
That's a good pick.
I love Rambo.
I mean, that's a great pick, man.
Oh.
I mean, First Blood is one of those movies where it's not a war movie.
No.
It's a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's a movie about mental illness.
Yeah. Actually, it's against war.
It's anti-war. It's anti-war. Like, it's a beautiful film.
Yeah. I cry with First Blood.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful film.
¿Con cuál? Con la primera.
Con la primera.
La de Acorralado. Sí, me explica. Puedes decir los Goonies. Te la dejo libre.
¿Y los seleccionos?
Es muy difícil, ¿eh?
Sí, muy difícil.
Es muy difícil esto. No sé cómo se llaman aquí las pelis, en realidad, pero una peli que me ha acompañado siempre y estando en este festival, además, pega que lo diga, que es Al final de la escalera.
Wow, maravillosa. ¿The Conjuring? No,
No,
Al
Al final de la escalera. Ay, no recuerdo el nombre en inglés.
Do you remember a film?
The music composer with the kid in a wheelchair, horror movie. I will check.
With the kid in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Busca Santi.
The Changeling.
The Changeling, no The Conjuring. The Changeling, no The Conjuring.
The Changeling.
That's a pretty good movie right there.
Esa peli es la primera peli de miedo que me dejaron ver mis padres cometiendo un error. Porque yo era muy pequeño.
Sí, verdad.
Y gracias que vivía en un piso de mierda, sin escalera.
sin azotar.
Claro.
¿Tu segunda opción?
Y luego la otra, la peli por la que yo me dedico a lo que me dedico, que en realidad, aunque bueno, puede que te lo esperases, pero mi trabajo real, yo soy director y guionista. Entonces, soy actor aquí porque Bruno me hizo una trampa. y
me engañó
y se lo debía. Pero la peli con la que yo me fijé la primera vez que había gente detrás de los actores y que había un trabajo ahí, también de chaval, fue Pulp Fiction.
Oh, Fiction.
Jules.
Buena selección.
Jules Vincent Vega and Jules.
No.
You are the brain. Jules is clever than Vincent, I think.
Yeah, he's smarter, that's true.
Smarter.
Well, I mean, of course I cannot choose Luger because Luger is like so special for me.
You cannot.
But no. But talking about, my favorite movies, I always have very, very clear the two first. My two favorite movies. The first one is Army of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love that movie.
Good choice.
It's the best one that Sam Raimi did for me,
It's still the best movie.
One,
I agree with you.
And I really loved it. And the second one is so different that it's A Little Miss Sunshine.
I love that movie. Oh my god, that's a great movie.
So for me, those two movies represent actually myself. I love horror, I love comedy, and I love the mix of both of them.
No, I love that pick because they're so different that those two choices don't make any sense together.
Igual la
That's me.
pregunta esta es bien cabrón.
Es una pregunta jodida.
No, yeah.
Enjoy the ride because this is a one-way ticket to hell.
Okay, I like that.
I only have to say that many people come to us to say it's marvelous.
Okay, fair enough.
All the festival talking about your film,
right?
And I say that discover it.
Okay.
People discover it.
Okay.
Discover it, maricón.
Sí. ¿Por qué chequear esta película?
Bueno, yo, mira, he visto la película un montón de veces.
Sí.
Porque Bruno, que somos muy colegas y sabe que soy director, pues me iba pasando versiones con un entalonaje de una forma, el proceso un poco. He visto la película tantas veces que podría decírtela de memoria todos los putos personajes.
Sí.
Y el otro día, cuando la pusieron y terminó la película, a pesar de ser una película súper violenta y de dos tíos súper duros, cuando acabó la peli, se me saltaron las lágrimas, miré para mi lado y estaba Mario y estábamos los dos garrulos allí, llorando y Santi, que pasa que tenía a María en medio, no lo vi. Pero es una peli que te despierta emociones y al final creo que eso es el cine correcto.
Bruno también lloró, pero porque llevaba 3 whiskies.
Lloró porque se me ha encima.
Porque se me ha encima.
Yo creo que hicieron la naranja mecánica, ¿no? Con cada versión de montaje de verla.
Oh my god. No, that's a great answer. Está brillante. Gracias. That's a great answer. For me, I think they need to check the movie out because it's exactly what you're selling. This movie is exactly what you think it is. But that's not a bad thing. When I look at this movie, I'm like, okay, maybe that's a heist movie. It is. It's a heist movie.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more than a heist movie. There's relationships. There's backstabbing. These are all the things you want out of a movie. Why the hell would you want?
It's a good cocktail.
Yeah. No, thankfully, it's the best kind of cocktail for this kind of movie, which is a Molotov one.
Yeah.
It's incendiary to use a word. You know what I mean? Everything gets lit on fire. by the film's end that you think is, and whatever you think is going to happen probably is going to happen, but not in the way you think it is. And I think that that's the best compliment that you can play, even to yourself as a writer, but especially to these two guys.
Of course, like, they are amazing.
Thank you.
Who were fantastic. Honestly, the only guy who killed it better than them was Fede. That guy was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Fucking insane. Who the hell hired that guy?
If you don't have
I'm going to cry again.
If you don't have actors that let's say they play their roles perfectly, the movie can went down. They can break totally. So they defend the movie so fucking well that they are amazing.
Yeah, and I think they did an excellent job, and I think that's why people should check out this film. I really thank you guys for spending any time with us at all. We really appreciate it. Gracias por un tiempo de hoy.
Es un placer.
Gracias a ti.
Yeah, and I'm glad I was able to at least give you a little bit of Spanish, and I understand everything he's saying. So.
Sí, porque hablas súper rápido tú.
Oh, yeah, sí. Well, no, but
sí.
Primero, en las personas de salvadoreño hablamos más rápido.
Claro.
Sí.
Para escuchar está más rápido.
Tienes esa cosa europea de hablar rápido española que te...
Pues sí, mi abuelita es un basque. Hablamos en español más rápido.
Por eso hablamos más rápido.
Un acento es más similar de personas en España.
Sí, es verdad.
Sí. Normalmente hablamos mi familiar salvadoreño, no entiendes todos.
Claro.
Porque está mi acento más diferente. Entonces es un diferente
acento,
problemas.
claro,
sí,
claro.
Por eso. Gracias por todo hoy.
No, gracias.
Están 20 minutos y están...